about Amankona, but there are other players of Asante Kotoko. Clubs are expressing interest. Now, I would say in transfer discussions, there are a lot of dynamics. I remember I'll take an example. They raised a total of 35 players. Okay. But I know CA. You have 3 players one national team. And you have about 7 players who are injured. And you have 2 players who are suspended. And from a squad size of 35, you see about like we're 22 or 20. And so dynamics need also. And based on that, it didn't come on. But I mean, I'm sure Obiane say Asante Kotoko always look for the best interest for the club. And I know say every player also wants his best interest, but once on also performing for Asante Kotoko no kwade, it's a property of the club. And maybe I see it didn't come over and the right decision that needs to be made, it will be done. And it's not only about Mankona. And I don't want to be very specific about specific players.
Oh, okay.
But there are players who are other players we've had interest from them. Maybe I understand Mudasiru or Abatimi. So there was some period now. Abu Dhabi because we see America say transfer dynamics in Dawson say, for example, there are certain players that maybe as management you think say but maybe the last 2-3 matches they have proven you wrong. So you look at all these dynamics and then you decide what is best for the club.
But on Christianity, it was an August in the Japan war, the local team on camp. And him say Sharif Mohammed will be also beat me about the other side and I'll recover a fina wapa on your fully fit. Christianity, commodity ages of Fanam, the man was in a contract new year, the one man on to the end of the season. And also Ramuza as a hard, common it is saying Christianity, on contract extension, commodity.
Unfortunately, it's no more
a short period.
It's no more a player, so I cannot go into the details of the contract negotiation. But Kistonate is a fine player. He's one of the lively characters. Or Asante Kotoko, Tomano Bokotoko, Bomboni, or Sumsum, and we wish him all the best. We wanted to extend, but unfortunately, me and man Richie, a pointer, a bit me agree. And although say there were some few matches we say about 2 matches without him before, say bit many opportunity to sign. Now we do not bear. So you look at several dynamics and decide, okay, it's man Richie, a point, Yamanenko, the first opportunity, and find sign right back. So I can confirm here, say, during this window, you are going to sign the right back to help compete with Augustin Japan and Samuel Apia as well. And he's no more a player, but we wish him all the best.
At the right back about the window, yeah, expect to say baby Sumogusu.
Right back, a right back is for sure. It was certainly say best sign right back. And Hong Kong, maybe the other few areas in the attack too, we might also see few additions. What I'm saying, genuine transfer like Kasayana, and yet window we have so many signings. Last year, first season, we signed only 3 players: Michael Vinicius, Andy Kumi, and Solomon Safo-Taylor. Last season was only Justice Blay.
Yes.
Because we realized we needed him to win the Premier League and we won it. In the Sapepe person about this window, and so many players, but maybe few ones they are coming to fix particular and key areas in the team. As far as our Liga, do key players cut tournament, I don't think we will be okay. And I think going forward, this is something we have to look to. If you understand how to work for Kasai, and the number 1 goalkeeper, I'm afraid to go and join the Chan team. And this is a time I promote to push say people should come and watch our Premier League. And the supposedly best players in the league, you have formed the Cobalt tournament. You never know what can happen in the tournament. We play a bit more Shani. Perfect. They will find the crowd is carbon. We play a bit more Kupra. You understand? So send a wake up a break, We say a Cobalt tournament, the best player from the league. We have to also consider some of these things, and we have to plan our calendars very well. We have to plan our calendars very well because we are plugging in the best players from the clubs to play in the tournament. So I think going forward, those in leadership should look at these things and we should make the right decisions. If you say push our league towards that level, we should be able to make these decisions very right. I understand perfectly.
Thank you.
It's important you get players to speak at the right time.
Yeah.
But the Fabio Gama Bafi happen. Now, the other issue is there's a recent interview one of our players did, and he was charged by the FA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was charged by the FA. And check the recent interviews. One of our key players did. He was charged by the FA, and it was the media house who helped us way out and the rest. So naturally, the players are not communicators by nature. So be a watch me piano in all our matches. Yeah, but I'll try and get access into the inner perimeter and confirm whether you play an man of the match, because a player in man of the match, a player no interview. And then I have to take my time and brief the players. We are still training the players on how to speak, because once a journalist, you guys are extra smart. You have a way of pushing people to the world to get the best out of them. One way you're not player no you end up being charged and the club will be held responsible. A training program. Trust me, once we are done and there are key matches, I don't care bringing people like Mukwala out to speak, Agadas to speak, some of the key players to speak and communicate. But to say, before you come to your show, you do your production, you read through your things, you make sure say idea wabe is point where we see Jeff and then just to make sure say when he's giving his narration it makes sense to the people. So as soon as we want to train the players as to how to speak, to trust me very soon, because you say we are rebranding how we do our promotions and it's very key. Coca-Cola is one of the best products on the market, but every day they are doing adverts and promotions. So if big brands like Coca-Cola and the Apples and the rest are doing promotions, how much more football clubs? We also have to increase our promotions. So very soon, I can promise you here, right in the studio, say I'll bring one of the best players here to talk to us when we are coming closer to matches. It's a general phenomenon, unfortunately, throughout the country. And say baby there because once in a year, but any about consistently. But I think say we have to look at it holistically and find a way around it, because this is the situation we find ourselves. Unfortunately, where last season, for example, the team was performing very well. Ghana Premier League with 3 matches to spare, but still we're not getting the numbers that we deserve. This year, budget too, I think about $3 million for the season. Yeah, key component of revenue generation. Yeah, the gate process count. So then if you about 2 matches in a month, with the 1 match be a 200,000. You know 200,000 a match. That's 400,000. At least a bit more boy in our wage bill, because our wage bill is over 350,000. Very huge. Then a bit more boy. Yeah, a month. Now recently, our last 2 matches, instead of 400,000, our last 2 matches, 15,000.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a reality. 15,000. And it's a team that we want to keep our best players. You want to continue to win. You want to give the players the best of the treatment. Whereas Kotoko'S players and how we pay them competitively in the local scene, in the Ghanaian environment, we pay the highest. There are a lot of financials that we have to meet. And based on that, we also have to make sure we are doing the very best for the players. Interbestre, revenue generation from the gate is a massive support base for the club. Say Trophy near cancel we have phone so and I am boys in one way or the other. It's affecting the club. Because
major problem now, problem now, we didn't come out with
Yeah, research and the factors and also be brave. It's not just one factor. It cut across all over. It cut across all over. The management and the marketing of the league itself from the owners of the league, because the owners of the league are the GFA.
Yes.
You heard more than more edition at the Black Star level. Is it the same edition at the Premier League level? And I've made this case all over the place. So listen, you 3 video analysts from the Right to Dream project, Blaster, because I believe that data and analysis and statistics is key to the performance of the Blasters at the World Cup. Now, we don't have a data system for the league. Senior Jeff and the rest, Atapoku, any Michael, any word, they will come here with the mindset to come and discuss the league. But besides the Ghana League, we play about highest number of passes, accurate passes. Nobody knows. Defend about the highest number of interceptions. Nobody knows. So if you look at how we choose our man of the match and stuff like that, our player of the match, you goes only that.
The strikers in
exactly, but football is beyond that.
Football
is beyond that. But you other fine players in other leagues, but because there's no data and there's no statistics, so what do you come and say? So always the conversation is around administrators and bomb and this, because you don't have the data and the statistics. And this is the responsibility of the FA. Football people like to compare.
Yes.
Player. The FA, the English FA has deliberately created a platform where you can type in 2 players and it'll be our statistics, just to help comparison. And once you are comparing, you are projecting the league. You can look at the edifice that we play. Look at the quality of our pitches. Sometimes we see this one, it's appalling. And see, the factors are several. Maybe on the behalf of administrators, we are not promoting our leagues enough. We are not getting closer to the media enough to promote our matches. And I think that's one thing, a better poll that we have to take. Maybe use the media. So it cuts across everywhere. And I believe, this is the right time. They say, almost every media is discussing these things. Let's continue discussing and let's bring out solutions that are applicable, that will help attract people to come to the stadium. The lab for host here for preseason. I hope you are aware. The lab budget for the season $30 million.
Our budget for the season.
For the season. Transfer $8 million.
And no the
transfer no the top players in $8
million.
$8 million. Doubt transfer in the budget for the season $30 million. The fans contribute $20 million every year from registration.
Our fans more.
Yes, our fans contribute $20 million every year. So it tells you. So when you go to Sudan, they were laughing at that. Also, Ghana, you are not a football country. Sudan, we are a football country.
Sudan
I'm telling you. And then Omuna Sante Kotoko for any match, we got there 1 hour before the game, and the stadium was full. Full capacity for any match. And you paid for any match, you have to pay to watch full capacity. So I think that is some of the areas, because these are the clubs we are competing with. And Hila have been struggling to get into the Champions League money zone for the last 5 years. This season, with all they have spent and the rest. But these are some of the clubs we want to compete with. Inti ebestre na ina ide hwashim. Asante Kotoko no you are not doing because of a management member or because of a board member, because management will come and go, players will come and go, coaches will come and go, board members will come and go, but the fans will always stay with the club. And there's been a long talk about Asante Kotoko youth team, and we had the coach Gaza Eko Sadanti just to train him, because we want to build a very successful and a very sustainable model. It can last the test of time. This is just the first stage. We have 3 stages at the recruitment. So this is the first stage. The first stage, they say, you want to kickstart. You want to give every player an opportunity to come and train with us. Now, once the training comes on, we can able to plug and pick some few players. After this first round, we also have special players. Some of our scouts have seen to also come in and train with the team. Then after, the team will go ahead and play series of friendly matches within Kumasi and around the country to be able to get in other quality players as well. This is just the first phase. The first phase in the APM from 15 to 19, because once we have extremely exceptional players who can walk into the first team immediately. And once we get those few exceptional players within the 18-19 bracket, we pick them up. But the core of the team is from 15 to 17 or 18 years. That's where our core concentration is. In the best say forms need free. My main son can be forms need free. You in charge of you pick your forms, you fill the details, age need be the based on information at the mind over on the first day 17 fa. You will segregate your children for the 3 days. And your coaching Kwanebe, we have other special invited people who help us to be able to scan through and see the good players. But we will continuously train with them, play matches, invite other key players to make sure, maybe into the latter part of the season. Now we have the core of the Asante Kotoko youth team. Then based on it, we'll build on it. In the future, Ibenya under 9s, under 11s, under 13 going. We have several of these projects. It's a big project. It's really big, but you're starting and kakra to make sure we can be able to achieve the aim and the target.